Hello, everyone, and welcome to Beyond the Ball, the betting section. This is the first kind of separate betting video that we're going to be doing, as well as kind of putting out the podcast in the same week. So we'll see how this one goes. I'm going to do something a little bit different. Usually, we just give our bets out, and that's pretty much it. But what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go through. I haven't even looked at the fixture. Well, we talked about the fixtures for the Premier League, but it's usually League One, League Two, Championship where we kind of get our value for our bets. So I'm actually just going to bring up my Sky Bet account on the screen. We can go through everything that I'm going to be looking at for picking bets for the weekend. So you can see up the top right here, I have €25 on the account. So I'm going to be putting €25 worth of bets on. €10 of it is going to be going on the €10 to 1,000 challenge. So that's going to be kind of where we're going to start off, I think. But yeah, for anybody that is kind of not sure what this is, it might not stay like this, but I'm obviously doing this on YouTube, so it makes more sense on YouTube. But I'll talk a bit through it as we go. But I'm going to basically be showing you what I look for when I am trying to compile a bet. So the three main things I'm kind of looking for is obviously form is one thing. If a team's in and out of form, league position, and then usually head to head is a good kind of indicator as well. If the teams have played each other 2 months ago and one of the teams won, or if the teams haven't played each other in 2 years, but one team always beats them, but they're out of form, that kind of plays a little bit of a factor into it, I think, anyway. So we'll jump straight into kind of getting our bets going. So like I said, I haven't actually looked at it at all this week, so this is literally me just doing it. I am going to be kind of clipping this little bit down, so if I make a couple of mistakes, you won't even know about it. So I'm doing this through Sky Bet, and then when you come into Sky Bet, obviously you hit the football section and then the accumulator. So we go by day. So usually we'll go Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Not so much Monday, more kind of the Saturday is where I focus my bets on. But we'll have a look at Sunday as well. So we'll take Thursday and Friday out of it. So jumping on to Saturday. So obviously we're going to run through the games and see what. The first thing we're looking for is a banker. So we're looking for a couple of bankers, so maybe 3 or 4 bankers that we can put our tenner on. Hopefully get the first step in to going to €1,000. So first kind of league we come up against is the Premier League. So look, obviously the Manchester Derby, not going to touch it. Brentford and Norwich. Brentford, would you call them? Maybe a little bit of a banker. I don't know. Chelsea 1-4, definite banker. If we go on to the form for them, obviously we can see Chelsea in the last 5 games have won 4 and lost 1. Burnley sitting in 18th position, have only won 1 in the last 5. Chelsea sitting obviously top of the league. So, so that's obviously a banker. That's going to go into the bet. Next one, Palace and Wolves. We'll be touching it with a 10-foot pole. Then we have Brighton, Newcastle. Not really a banker. Barnsley, Hull. No bankers there. Birmingham, Reading. I know Birmingham are in pretty good form at the moment, and obviously Reading are on a poor run. They'll probably be one I'll throw into one of the other bets, but in terms of banker, no. Bournemouth again came off a poor kind of 2-1 loss there during the week, so probably won't touch them at the moment just to see how they react. So going down through them, Fulham won 7-0, I think it was, on the weekend there, or during the week. Have won their last 5 in a row. That could go back further. I'm only looking at the last 5 games. But Peterborough sitting in 20th position. To me, that is a banker, but it's still a little bit risky because they're away. That I might throw that one in. That's definitely a contender to throw in. So next one we're looking at West Brom at home. Very up and down at the moment. If you look at the last 5 games, 1-3 and lost 2, but they've one loss. So they're finding it hard to get that consistency going. So maybe again, their potential for a banker. So Fulham and West Brom, we may come back to them. Jumping in, then we have FA Cup. So FA Cup, what I look for is, like, you always hear the upsets for the FA Cup, but like the likes of this match here, Wimbledon and Guiseley, I would be all over Wimbledon. I think they're going to be a banker there, 1-3. I mean, you can go on form, but it's not really going to tell us much. A cup is a cup. I think Wimbledon are probably 3 or 4 leagues ahead of them. So we'll throw them in for now. They're 1-3, so not great price, but look, again, that's what we're looking for, a banker. Again, we come up against this one here, Charlton and Havant, Waterloo, 2-7. So I'm going to throw them in. They're about 4 leagues behind, so I don't really expect there to be any upsets there, especially at home. Maybe if you get kind of Charlton away, you might expect maybe a little draw or something like that. But I wouldn't expect to see too many upsets here. Something I don't fancy them away. It's just no. Empty downstairs, no. I'm just looking at the ones that you like the likes of this one here, Portsmouth and Harrow. Look, we'll throw Portsmouth in against Harrow. Yeah, we'll throw that one in again. That's 1-5. So we're up to 1.57 to 1. So that'll get us back about €25. I think we put 10 on it. But we'll keep going. We'll try add in another one or two because we don't want to make it too boring. We're on to the Scottish League here. So Aberdeen and Motherwell I'm looking at. So again, Aberdeen in better form than Motherwell. Motherwell haven't won the last 5 games. Could be worth throwing it in. And we may come back to that one. So Juventus against Fiorentina is probably not a bad show. Not much else going on there. Barcelona won't be touching them. I do fancy Real Madrid at home here against Vallecano. I know Vallecano drew against Barcelona recently. Or actually, they beat them 1-0. But I'm going to throw Real Madrid in just at 4-11 at home. It's a great price. They're in second position. They're not having the worst time in the world. Still not as good as the old kind of Barca or the old Real Madrid team, but we'll throw Real Madrid into it as well. Bayern Munich 1-7 again. Freiburg I know are in good form, so I'm not going to go near that because at 1-7 I just don't see the value in it. Keep going down and see if we come across anyone else. Queen's Park, no. Nothing in that league, nothing in the... Okay, so look, that's a good few teams. How much have we got there? 2.5 to 1. So if we put a tenner on that one, that'll get us back 45. That's 16. So that's Chelsea to beat Burnley, Wimbledon to beat Guiseley, Charlton to beat having the Waterloo, Portsmouth to beat Harrow, Real Madrid to beat Vallecano. I think that's a pretty solid bet. It's actually 5 teams. A tenner again, like I said, get your 35 back. We're going to be doing this challenge, so €35 would go on to the next bet, which we can do another one of these, which I think is perfect. So look, I'm going to go ahead and lock that bet in. Chelsea, Wimbledon, Charlton, Portsmouth, and Real Madrid. Tenner on it, €35 and 10 cents back. So that's our first bet done of the day. Right, so we're looking at. I got a free bet there. So we have €15. So usually what I do is I do my predictions. I don't have any predictions on me at the moment. So what I'll do is I'm pretty sure I can guess them. I went with Southampton to beat Villa. I went with Man City. I went with Brentford, Chelsea. I'd say I went for a draw there. Brighton on the Sunday. I've gone with Arsenal. I'd say I went... where did I go with there? I think I might be in draw there. I went with... I don't know. But look, we'll just do it the way I would do it now. Don't know if that matches up, but that's every Premier League game. Nothing on Monday night. So 890 to 1. So look, I'll just stick €2 on that one because look, again, we did go through the games on the podcast on Tuesday. I just can't remember off the top of my head who we picked between Everton and Leicester. But looking at them, they look like draws. Sometimes I get a little bit of rush of blood after the lads have said something and they've changed my mind. But looking at it again, that's probably what I'd go with. So look, we'll jump back on to Saturday's games again. Now what I like to do is I like to have a little bit of fun with some bets. I like to kind of throw in some value bets. So United and City, I don't know if I'm going to be touching it this week because it's just so unpredictable. I do think City are probably the better team, but I just don't know whether they're going to beat them. 4-6 isn't a great value on just a bit of luck. So I think I'm going to jump in with Brentford. I'll throw them in. I'll throw Brighton in because I do think they'll probably beat Newcastle. Although I probably have said draw in the on the pod. I'm going to throw Birmingham in because I again think good price. Bournemouth to beat Swansea. I'm going to throw that one in because I know how these teams are doing in the league. I know Fulham, as I said, and West Brom. It's very unlikely. I mean, it is probably unlikely that the top kind of 3 or 4 teams always win, but we're going to throw it in. They're not QPR, they won, they'll win the last game. They're in good form, 7th in the league, 10th in the league. They haven't updated that. Anyway, I'm not going to go near that. I'm going to put West Brom in. So we're going to move on to the FA Cup again. What have we got? I'll go with Carlisle to be Horsham. That's 4-9. They should hammer them. Don't know who they are. We will throw in. Again, I kind of just look for form and look for. In the FA Cup, it's hard to go off form because teams are way above each other. So I'll skip past that because I'm not arsed on that one. I'm gonna go with Aberdeen to beat Motherwell. I think they're in decent enough form, sitting okay in the league. So we're gonna go with Juventus to beat Fiorentina. They should beat them. Atalanta to beat Cagliari. Yeah, again, look, Cagliari are last, and Atalanta are pretty solid. I'll throw them in. Look, they haven't got a lot of wins in the last 5 games, 1 and 5, but they had 3 draws, so they're not losing. So you'd expect them to beat the team that are sitting bottom of the table. Barcelona, again, it's just that thing. I'm just afraid to throw them in because you don't know what you're going to get with them. We'll throw Real Madrid in again. What have we got there? We are up to 150 to 1. Look, I think that's a solid bet there. Brentford, Brighton, Birmingham, Bournemouth, Fulham, West Brom, Carlisle, Aberdeen, Juventus, Atalanta, and Real Madrid. I think that's a solid bet. There's no real kind of dodgy ones there. I'd say they're all pretty kind of good. So I'm going to throw a fiver on that one. €780 returns. I'm happy to kind of take a chance on that one. So a fiver on will get us 780 back. So we'll jump on to the next bet. Okay, looking at the next bet. Like I said, we do always kind of do a couple of draws, me and the lads. So we might look at 4 or 5 draws here. There's not many to pick from in the Premier League. I think there's all kind of favourites. It's too dodgy there. I think a good contender is Barnsley and Hull here. Sitting in 23rd and 24th position. Barnsley got a win the last game. It would indicate that you might think that Barnsley would probably be Hull, but Hull I expect to pick up a couple of points from here to the end of the season and not get relegated. So I think we can go with a draw here at 9-4, which is a pretty good price for it. So I'm going to throw that one in. Moving further down, Cardiff I know are in terrible form. Haven't won in 5 at least. But we won't throw them in. I think we'll move on. Luton and Stoke. Again, similar enough. Teams won their last game. Luton sitting in 7th position and Stoke in 12th. That one isn't a bad show. I'm going to throw that one in. That's not a bad show. Stoke, I expect again to pick up points from now to the end of the season. So I don't think they'll want to be losing them type of games. They have the last 2 results been very good. So yeah, we'll throw them in. Moving down again. Looking at this one here, we've a team that are kind of in form, but they're away, and then we've a team that haven't lost in the last 2 games and drawn their last 2 games. So again, this one just looks like a draw for me. So Preston and Nottingham Forest, I'm going to throw that one in as well. So I'm going to go further down again. I'm going to skip the FA Cup. I just don't trust putting in results from it, especially draws. Looking kind of further down, what have we got? Don't really fancy them. This one here now is actually probably a very good one to throw in. So Levante and Deportivo Alaves. Again, Levante are going to be fighting for their place in the league. So are Deportivo Alaves. Might be a little bit cagey because people will probably be afraid to commit players. So I'm going to throw them in as well. That gives us 4 selections. So let's have a quick look at it. So we've got Barnsley and Hull to draw. We've got Luton and Stoke. We've got Nottingham Forest and Preston. And we've got Deportivo Alaves and Levante. Again, I think that's a pretty solid bet. 105 to 1. So I think what we got in the bank, we have a fiver. So I think all right, we have €8. So I'm going to throw €3 on, which leaves us left with €5. So €319 back from that one. Right. We'll move on to our next one. So again, we still have €5 in the account. So what I like to do now is I like to go to the full-time result and both teams to score. This is where we get a few mad results. So this is where we get serious. This is where we get wild, is what I'd like to call it. So this is obviously for the one team to win and then the both teams to actually score. So I think Brentford are going to win, and I think Norwich may score. I'm pretty sure I said that in the podcast. So I'm going to throw that one in. I'm going to go there 11-4. So I'm going to throw Brentford in, both teams to score and them to win. Again, Birmingham to beat Reading. I'm going to throw that in. Reading have been scoring. So I'm going to throw that one in as well. Bournemouth, again, a team at home. Swansea will probably very much likely score. Throw that one in. Fulham away. Again, look, all of these are kind of the favourites that we've been picking before. All we need to do is hope that there's a few goals in the match. So this one I don't mind doing FA Cup games because there is likely to be a lot of goals on the FA Cup. So even going with this one here, Wimbledon and Guiseley, I'll throw Wimbledon and Guiseley in because I do think Wimbledon will win. So I'm confident of the result. It's just whether I can get the other team to score. So that's the other thing. So we'll throw it in and we'll hope for the best on that one. This one here, again, Carlisle and Horsham. I don't know too much about Horsham. I've never really heard of them. I know they're probably in like the North League or something like that. So they're probably, I'd say, probably 4 or 5 leagues down below them. But I'll tell you what, we won't touch it. We'll go to Charlton because I do know having the Waterloo, and I probably think they will score. So usually I go for 6 or 7 teams in this. What else we got in the bank here? Let's have a look. So again, like there's a lot of kind of teams are going to be coming back to now. I'm going to throw on an FA Cup bet as well, I'd say. We'll go with Aberdeen. We'll throw Aberdeen in. Look, that's seven teams. Both teams scored. This is the exact same type of bet that I won when I won the 12 grand. So yeah, I'll read it out. So we Brentford, both teams to score and win. Birmingham, both teams score and win. Bournemouth, both teams score and win. Fulham, both teams score and win. Wimbledon, both teams score and win. Charlton, both teams score and win. And Aberdeen, both teams to score and win. That is 6,200 to 1. So I know it sounds a bit mad and like, it's a waste of fucking money, but I done one for 13 grand returns, cashed it out at 12, had €1 on it. Like, they do land, and it's not impossible. So why not? Why not just throw €1 on it? And that's all I'm going to throw on it is €1. If you're not in, you can't win. It's as simple as that. I know it's a cliche, but it is true. If you don't do these type of bets, you're never going to have a chance of winning them. So why not just push it out a little bit and go for it? There's no need to go mad on it, and that's the beauty of it. You can risk €1, like €1. What's that? That's a fucking bar of chocolate. I mean, you're better off putting the €2 on that. Like, right, we're gonna go back to just our normal picks again. No mad stipulations where both teams have to score, and so going back to Saturday. So look, let's go wild on this one again. Let's look at the Manchester derby here. Let's throw City in. Let's throw Brentford in. Let's just go a little bit crazy on this. Brighton, let's go. Birmingham, in you go. Bournemouth, in you go. Coventry, I could probably throw Coventry in, like sitting in 4th, playing Bristol City, you're in 19th, got beaten 3-0. Look, we'll throw Coventry in. Why not? Gives us more interest, cover more games, we've more interest in the weekend football. Look, we go with West Brom, we'll get them in there. Again, QPR was one we weren't sure of with Blackpool, but do we want to throw them in? No, we don't. Scunthorpe and Doncaster, no, we won't go near it. Won't go near that one. Again, we're back to the FA Cup. So look, let's have a bit of crack with the FA Cup and throw in a few teams. So again, Carlisle, Charlton going in there. Who else have we got? Gateshead, Nottingham, no. Do you know what? No, we won't touch it. Something, don't like that one. Grimsby, I'll tell you what, we throw Grimsby into be Kidderminster. Grimsby haven't been too bad in the league, so they'll want to hopefully get a good cup run. We'll go Leyton Orient. We'll throw Leyton Orient in against Ebbsfleet. We'll throw Lincoln in. Do you know what? We won't throw Lincoln in 1-9. It's not really much value there. Let's keep going down again. Throw Portsmouth in 1-5. Why not? What else have we got? We'll throw Yeovil in against Yatetown. I've no idea who they are, so I'd imagine they're pretty low. And Barrow, let's throw Barrow in against Banbury. Look, at least we have a lot of teams in there. We've 14 teams and we're up to 455 to 1. So look, we've €4 left in the account. Let's throw £2 in there. So that'll get us back €912. We'll place that. I'll run through all these. Oh shit. I'll run through all these at the end anyway. We'll go through again. What type of bet do we want to do now? Okay, so the next kind of bet I like to do is halftime results. So this is basically just the result at halftime. So I think there's a lot of kind of draws and stuff that happen at last time or at halftime. I remember I used to always do these bets, throw Euro on. I had like 8 teams to draw at halftime, and I would always be 1 or 2 away. Like it was never really miles off. So we'll go with this one, right? And we'll look at kind of teams that don't, or teams that basically I think it could go either way. They're usually good matches that will kind of have a draw at half time because it could be a late winner or else it could be like very kind of tight game. So the first one that springs to mind here is Palace and Wolves. Not too sure how that's going to go, so we'll throw a halftime result in there. Again, kind of going down here, Blackburn, Sheffield United. Again, another good one to kind of throw in. Cardiff and Huddersfield, throw that one in for a draw at half time. Luton and Stoke game, we were saying that kind of we're looking at a draw on that. Probably a low scoring draw in that game as well. So we'll throw that in for a draw. Forest and Preston, again, look, it's not a bad show. And then Blackpool, QPR. So hopefully, look, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 draws in the championship out of 10 games. So hopefully we can get half of them to be drawn. Again, skipping past the FA Cup, too many goals happen in the FA Cup. So Aberdeen, well, no. Celta Vigo, Real Madrid. No, look, we'll throw in Alaves and Levante because I think that could be a good show. And we'll throw in 1 or 2 more. So we'll go to the German league. Again, this one here is not a bad one, I'd say, to throw in. Hoffenheim and Bochum. Do you know what's actually a good one here as well? So we'll throw that one in. But we'll also throw Leipzig and Dortmund. Why not? So there's 9 draws for half time. 758 to 1. Look, I'm going to throw €2 on that. 1,500 quid back. Again, we've got our kind of good kind of value bets in at the start. So I'm happy with kind of throwing that on. So look, that's our account emptied. Like I said, we put the 10 to 1,000 bet on it. Let's have a quick recap of my bets. So we went to my bets. We'll see everything that we've got in the locker here. So first one we have, look, these aren't in order of how I placed them, but let's just go with it anyway. So a tenfold, €2 on it, 890 to 1. 1,782 euro back from €2. So I've gone with Southampton to beat Villa, City to beat United, Brentford to beat Norwich, Chelsea to beat Burnley, a draw with Palace and Wolves, Brighton to beat Newcastle, Arsenal to beat Watford, a draw with Everton and Tottenham, a draw with Leeds and Leicester, and Liverpool to beat West Ham. Next one, we've done a bit of a mad one, a 14-fold. €2 on it will get us €1,912 back. So I done City to beat United again. I done with Brentford to beat Norwich, Birmingham to beat Reading, Bournemouth to beat City or Swansea City, Coventry to beat Bristol City, West Brom to beat Middlesbrough, Carlisle to beat Horsham, Charlton to beat Louisville, Grimsby to beat Kidderminster, Leyton Orient to beat Ebbsfleet, Portsmouth to beat Harrow, Yeovil to beat Yate Town, Barrow to beat Banbury, and Brighton to beat Newcastle. Again, like I said, we had a bit of fun with that one, so I'm happy to kind of just throw a few quid on that one. Now we have a 9-fold. Again, this is the half-time draws, so €2 will get us back 1,500. We hit this, we'd be in heaven for Christmas. Bochum and Hoffenheim to draw at half-time. Palace and Wolves draw at half-time. Blackburn, Sheffield United, half-time draw. Cardiff and Huddersfield, draw. Luton and Stoke, draw. Forest and Preston, draw. Blackpool and QPR, draw. Alaves and Levante, draw. And then Leipzig and Dortmund to be drawn. So all them teams to be drawn at half-time. 1,500 quid back from €2. Next one we have is a €3 fourfold. So this is our 4 draws. €319 back. So Barnsley and Hull to draw. Luton and Stoke to draw. Forest and Preston to draw. And Alaves and Levante to draw. So again, only 4 games. Hopefully we can just get to half time without there being any mad result or any kind of 4-0 wiping. So I fucking hate when that happens. So that's that one. Then our 10 to 1,000 bet. So we have 5-fold. We've got Chelsea, Wimbledon, Charlton, Portsmouth, and Real Madrid. Again, that one will get us back €35.06. If we win this bet, all of that is going on to the next bet. So hopefully we can win that one. Then we have we have a sevenfold with €1 on it, €6,263 back. Brentford to win, both teams score. Birmingham to win, both teams score. Bournemouth to win, both teams score. Fulham to win, both teams score. Wimbledon to win, both teams score. Charlton to win, both teams score. And Aberdeen to win, both teams score. So that's a decent one. Then we have an 11-fold of fiver, probably the bet of the week here. Brentford to beat Norwich, Birmingham to beat Reading, Bournemouth to beat Swansea, Fulham to beat Peterborough, West Brom to beat Middlesbrough, Carlisle to beat Horsham, Arsenal to beat Aberdeen to beat Motherwell, Juventus to beat Fiorentina, Brighton to beat Newcastle, Atlanta to beat Cagliari, and Real Madrid to beat Vallecano. So look, we've done some solid bets there, and we've had a bit of fun as well. Again, like I said, it's all about having fun. Don't do it if it's not fun. Doesn't seem like fun when you're so close to winning a bet and then someone scores and lets you down. But that's the whole purpose of this, is to have a bit of fun, and hopefully we can win a few quid along the way. Again, if you're watching this, thanks for watching. I hope we get some winners. This is kind of just an extra little video we're putting out on Tuesday or Thursday, Friday. Hopefully we can get a couple of winners in from it. And it gives us a bit more in-depth detail of how I look at my bets and what I look for when picking them. Little bit unfortunate that the FA Cup was on, because I don't like betting on the cups. I think it's a little bit hit and miss with it. So look, I hope you enjoyed this. If you are watching on YouTube, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button as well. Make sure you tell your friends about it. If you have anybody that's following the page or anybody that's into betting, give them a WhatsApp, share it on your WhatsApp group. Give our mates a little text, say, here, look, be on the ball, putting out a few bets. You never know. I think if we won it together, it'll be a great crack. But look, hopefully we can. So I'm going to sign this one off. If you have been watching, let me know what you thought of it. If you liked the format I done there, I can mix it up. Next week we're not tied down to anything. I will just do what I think people want to see, and people probably want to see how I look at my bets. So so look, we will be back next week with more bets and tips. Hopefully we can get some winners. Hopefully we'll be a lot richer by then. So I will talk to everybody next week.